Coming up on Great Hearts, Great Story. Hand jiving at Scottsdale Prep. Faculty and staff traded chalkboards for grease lightning. Get ready to say, "Tell me more," as they prove they're the ones who won the student-produced performance of Grease.
Meet the Trivium Prep team, who is making waves in the West Valley. She's a dedicated peer mentor, swim coach, and now the City of Goodyear's Youth Citizen of the Year.
I truly love our city and everything it stands for, and I love to see it grow in the way that it has over the past few years.
See how she's shaping young lives and why her dedication has the entire city celebrating.
And it's madness this March. One Great Hearts Northern Oaks senior hit an epic milestone on the basketball court.
I hit a three at the end of the first quarter, so 1 point away going into the second, and I knew one bucket, but again, the main thing on my mind was just win the game.
2,000 career points and counting, making him the highest scoring student in Great Hearts' 20-plus years of existence.
And Robotics Champions, the classical education leaders, we have all the inspiring stories across Great Hearts.
And it's all coming up on Great Hearts, Great Story. Welcome to Great Hearts, Great Stories, our monthly student newscast. I'm Owen Whitehead, a senior here at Arte Prep.
And I'm Jocelyn Rios, also a senior here. We're kicking off this episode with a little grease lightning.
Scottsdale Prep teachers traded textbooks for leather jackets and took center stage in a faculty production of Grease.
With the silver anniversary, we're trying to celebrate Mrs. Clement's 10th year, and in her 10th year, we're doing all shows that have been on the silver screen first and have also been on the stage. Grease fits into that theme of both having a stage version and a classic movie version. The students have been fantastic. Here we're putting the teachers in that uncomfortable spot of trying to learn and figure things out, and the students have been miraculously great cheerleaders and teachers. Whether it's student choreographers teaching us how to dance, costume designing the entire show, set designing, lighting designing, that all of the different aspects of building props and all of the set have been the work of our students, and that they've been excited that they get to step into a different side of being in a part of production, rather than the focus being them on stage, the role of how do you build a community and support others.
I am one of the stage managers here. I am running the sound. We have students running sound, mics, and lights all in the tech booth. We have some people helping with some run crew, some quick changes. We're kind of here just to support the teachers as they are trying to go through this journey of Grease.
So I choreographed the show. So I did hand jive, we go together, and grease lightning.
Go grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Grease lightning, go grease lightning.
And then I'm also doing mics, which is fun because I've never done that before. It's interesting to get to teach the teachers. Like, I never thought I'd get to do that, but it's funny because a lot of them have been directors or choreographers of our shows. And so getting to stand in front of them and teach them how to dance is a really different experience, but it's kind of fun.
Tell me more, tell me more. Come on, let's hear the dirt. Tell me more, tell me more. Does he drive a
I've been doing theater since I was 8 years old. Being back on the stage really does feel like home base for me. I got my degree from Grand Canyon University in theater education. I actually am a Scottsdale Prep alumni, so it's been fun now as a teacher to come back and do this show on the same exact stage that I performed on when I was in high school. Acting with my colleagues has definitely shown me a different side to a lot of them. Kind of impressed with a lot of their abilities. A lot of them, I've never heard them sing or dance or act before, and they're naturals. And maybe they didn't even know it until doing this show, so it's been interesting and so fun. I think that the students here are just really excited to see their teachers up on stage doing something they've never done before. And something that my colleagues and I talk a lot about is we ask our students to do hard things or scary things every day. And so why would we not ask the same of ourselves. Being brave and bold enough to do something like this in front of the student body and their families, it's asking yourself to do a hard and scary thing, and if we ask that of our students, why not ourselves?
I love that. That looks like so much fun. And while we do have some pretty incredible teachers here at Great Hearts, there is no question that we have some pretty incredible students here too.
Like Trivium Prep's Amira Singh, who's making waves in Goodyear. Recognized as the city's 2025 Youth of the Year, this standout student is a leader, mentor, and advocate for young people across the West Valley.
I would describe Amira as incredibly dedicated, responsible, hardworking, humble, and she's just continues to impress me each and every day. She's a peer mentor for our students here. She's always working with the younger kids. She's always looking to make other people better. But in that process, she does make herself better, I think, as well. But I don't think that's always her goal. She is out to be of service.
I always want to be able to be a mentor in my home and community for a very simple reason, that people were always there for me. Therefore, I want to be able to give that same opportunity to all those that are younger than me. Additionally, I also coach kids in different activities, such as swimming or whatever other sport that they need help with. So swim lessons really give kids the opportunity to grow in ways that they wouldn't just at home or in their school setting. So I find my job very important and something that I truly have loved being a part of for the 2 years I have been a part of the swim school. I am the current serving chair of my Goodyear Youth Commission. Our major role is being able to advocate for the youth all over our city, likewise all over the West Valley and all over our nation. The Goodyear Youth Commission showed me just how much this city truly means to everyone who is a part of it and just how much work our community puts in every single day. When I found out that I was awarded Youth Citizen of the Year for the city of Goodyear for this year, I was just over the moon. I truly love our city and everything it stands for, and I love to see it grow in the way that it has over the past few years. So to hear that the city wanted to recognize me for the work that I've done just meant so much.
I think Amira is deserving of this award because she's so well-rounded in all of the things that she does that I think she's just the epitome of what we would want all of our youth to strive for.
Staying in the West Valley, Great Hearts Roosevelt's hands-on science education is sparking curiosity and discovery, thanks to top-tier lab equipment and immersive learning experiences.
And Master Science teacher Clifton Kaiser is inspiring students to question, grow, and explore beyond the textbooks.
So what I'd like to talk to you about is the Greater Good Fund for Great Hearts, and specifically for Title I schools like us out here at Roosevelt Prep. It has been absolutely wonderful because, again, our campus is only our third year, so we're still growing. But we also recognize that here in the community, we have a tremendous growth opportunity, not just in terms of bringing students in for the academics, but the greater community as a whole of Buckeye. And we want to be able to go ahead and reach out to all of these kids and bring them in and give them an opportunity not just to have a wonderful classical education, but along those lines within that, be able to provide for them a science program that not only gives them so many different ways to enhance their understanding of the world, but gives them a chance to experience the science in ways that in many other campuses, they simply wouldn't have had that opportunity. So it's allowed us to be able to go ahead and not just purchase equipment for chemistry lab stuff, but biology as well. In fact, because I teach not just the honors chemistry, I also teach the honors biology. So we have everything from 17 microscopes with oculars that the students can actually measure down to the 1 micron level. We have live cultures of organisms, of various copepods, and even tardigrades. So again, the students can look at these things and actually, instead of just being limited to something on a YouTube video or something they may have read about somewhere, we actually have these. We can do experiments. Right next door in life science, we're doing a dissection on earthworms, and in 2 weeks we're doing crawfish. So it's one of those things where reading about it, learning about it, talking about it, great. But with that grant funding, it also allows us to be able to do it as well and really just lock in that understanding and that experience for the students and give them something that's lasting. We're going to bring that same attitude of learning, exploring, and also experiencing. We really push that for all the classes. That's why it's Socratic discussion. because we want our students to interact not just with the material, but also with each other. Share your thoughts, share your ideas, share that experience so we can all learn and grow together as a community. So yeah, without a doubt, it has been absolutely amazing to be able to have all these opportunities and build this into the curriculum that we have to go ahead and really maximize the experience for the students.
In San Antonio, Great Hearts Northern Oak Senior, Caden Collins, made Great Hearts history, surpassing 2,000 points from the hardwood, while excelling in academics and leadership.
Hi, my name is Caden Collins, and I'm a senior, and I play basketball for Great Hearts Northern Oaks. My parents always wanted me to be in the classical education style school, and Great Hearts stood out in that. And I've been playing basketball since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. When I came to Great Hearts, I already knew I wanted to be on the basketball team, made a lot of friends on the team, tried out, and my goal right off the bat was varsity. I knew I wanted to compete at the highest level available here. Made a good relationship with the coach, players, and I was lucky enough to make varsity my freshman year. So from the start of this senior year season, I recognized that I was about 400 points away, which was very reachable considering what I did in the past 3 years. As I was getting closer, it was in the heat of district play, and it got to the point where after one of our home games against Marion, I was 4 points away at the end.
As a coach, it was a unique moment because we were actually in a low part of our season. We were questioning a lot of things about ourselves as a team. I was questioning a lot of decisions that I had made as a coach leading up to that point in the season.
I hit a 3 at the end of the first quarter, so 1 point away going into the second, and I knew one bucket, but again, the main thing on my mind was just win the game.
When he hit that shot, it felt great. Called a timeout, everybody celebrated, we were excited.
At first I didn't even realize I hit it, and then all of a sudden all the parents started cheering, holding up the banners and all that. Yeah, it was really surreal. The AD for Cole was nice enough to stop the game and announce that I'd hit 2,000. We called a timeout, everyone was cheering, and yeah, it was a pretty amazing moment. And then right after that, it was just get back to the game, focus on winning.
Caden will do well wherever he is. If you're not already aware, he's our career leader in points at Great Hearts Northern Oaks. He's also top 3 in the class. And so it's not like he could only do one thing. He has a plethora of skills and talents and abilities. So whatever his hand finds to do, he's going to do it well.
Yeah, I plan on going into Texas A&M in the engineering program, and I've decided that while playing basketball would be really cool, I've chosen to focus on my education and my degree. It was pretty clear that the best decision was to focus on my degree, which would set me up for a bunch of years after my college experience. I will be trying to walk on at Texas A&M. I'm going to go for it. While the option's there, I definitely don't want to be done. I'm going to go for gold and try and make the team at Texas A&M.
And if you just can't get enough basketball, our Great Hearts Director of Athletics faced off against our Young Heart preschoolers to see who would have the better March Madness bracket.
Do we think the Duke Blue Devils are going to win? No? Okay. Yeah, Devils are kind of scary. Bulldogs or Bears? Who do we think? The Bears? Okay, let's go Bears. Go Baylor.
To see the whole video, head on over to greathearts.org/marchmadness.
Leopards, all right.
Still ahead on Great Hearts, Great Stories.
The Great Hearts Institute hosting the National Symposium for Classical Education, a 3-day event for professional development. What this event is all about, and how it plans to shape education next year.
It's a robot takeover at Glendale Prep, the Medal Masters just secured a huge victory at the state tournament, and where that has them headed to next.
And the Cicero Prep concert choir was invited to sing the national anthem during a spring training camp.
We'll have that performance and more just ahead.
Earn the world's first degree in liberal arts and entrepreneurship.
Hildegard College shapes students into redemptive entrepreneurs.
Being in a small class and having that accountability.
Yeah, after coming here, college has taken a whole new meaning.
Visionary creators focused on transforming society for the better.
This is Hildegard College.
Train your mind in the wisdom of the past and build your own redemptive venture. Hildegard College. Think deeply, create boldly.
Did you know each year the Great Hearts Institute hosts the National Symposium for Education?
This 3-day event brings together more than 850 teachers and practitioners from across the country to re-engage with classical education.
As we launch this symposium, remind yourself to choose to wonder.
If we are to achieve that vision, our charge is clear. Deliver this cherished gift in faithful but varied wrappings, and give it in all places where parents and children await it.
We gather together, all together, from every corner of education and classical education on sort of neutral ground.
Education is above all concerned with wonder, displaying it, responding to it, admiring it, and protecting it.
Spring is the mischief in me, and I wonder if I could put a notion in his head.
We want students to learn to submit to wisdom, to be invited into a story that doesn't begin with them, but began before them and ends after them.
At such moments, the possibilities for beautiful human action in the world as it is seem inexhaustible.
You are entering into a great tradition that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years.
Education passes on culture, that great concept of paideia. And it's not just the particular culture of a time and place and people, though it is, but it is that deep, deep culture of what it means to be human and to pursue excellence.
And so every child deserves that freedom to wonder.
Today, many young students are passing through our schools, and if you can provide them the opportunity to understand the depth of a life spent in pursuit of beauty, you will give them the tools to succeed at it.
Classical education consists in a confident claim about tomorrow, that our prospects are brightest when we're formed in a time-tested body of reason, experience, and insight, moral and practical, from age to age and from place to place, from achievement and triumph. The holders of that stake are literally innumerable, and of course, most of them, we can hope, yet to be born. The cause is universal, and the inheritance holds a share for every soul.
Save the date for next year's symposium, February 25th through the 27th. At the Tempe Mission Palms in Arizona. We'll examine how classical learning from across the curriculum, from science and math to the arts and humane letters, shapes the American experiment. You can learn more at classicaleducationsymposium.org.
By day, Steve Laconis teaches art at Great Hearts Roosevelt, but after school, he pursues his passion in falconry, a century-old sport using raptors to hunt.
With his Harris's Hawk Jacks, Laconis brings history to life, blending classical education with a deep connection to the natural world.
Hi, my name is Steve Laconis. I'm the 3rd through 5th art teacher here at Archway Roosevelt, and I'm a falconer. Falconry is the art and sport of catching live game with a trained raptor. That's pretty much it. You've got to hunt with your bird, otherwise you're not doing falconry. A lot of people call hawks and eagles and falcons birds of prey, and technically they are. An eagle, a hawk, or a falcon is better termed raptor because they have that sharp beak for tearing, and they've got these talons and these feet that add the pressure. It's the feet that make a raptor actually a raptor. Also, another clarification, I have a hawk, not a falcon. This is Jax. He is a 3-year-old male Harris hawk, and he hunts mainly rabbits. I don't remember the exact day or time or year that I actually got into falconry, but I know I was a little kid. I know I went to the bookstore and I saw a book on falconry, and that was kind of what got me going. And as I got older, I went to falconry conventions or falconry meets where falconers will bring their birds, and then I started going out with other falconers on hunts. You've got apprentice, general, and master. Those are the three classes of falconers. So obviously apprentice, that's your 2-year apprenticeship. I'm just kind of roughly starting my general falconry, and that's for 5 years. And then after 5 years, you become a master falconer. So these were the first days of training. They train very quickly. There's a lot of that. He doesn't know, right? He's a wild animal. He doesn't know I'm not going to eat him. And so for the first week or two, it's a lot of that. You basically, you sit with him for hours on the glove, watching TV and just relaxing. The next step is to get him to eat off the glove. And then once he eats off the glove, then you can have him start jumping to the glove and then do the creance training and then free flight. Oh. There we go. So now he's waiting for the trade-off. And he's really getting lucky today because he's getting a lot of food today. So I put my knee on a lot of it here. All right, and then that's the trade-off right there. Come on, buddy. Aristotle actually mentioned falconry, which I thought was kind of cool. This is in the 4th century, and he says, in his Historia Animalium, Aristotle wrote, "In Thrace, the boys who want to hunt small birds take hawks with them. When they call the hawks, addressing them by name, the hawks swoop down on the birds. The small birds fly in terror into the bushes, where the boys catch them by knocking them down with sticks. When the hunting finishes, the hunters give a portion of all that is caught to the hawks." So Marco Polo, when the Emperor Kublai Khan goes thus a-fowling with his gerfalcons and other hawks, he is attended by full 10,000 men. That's huge. And no wolf is able to get away from them. Falconry is an old sport. It's been going on for a really long time. And it's a great opportunity for people to know something about a really old sport and learn about what falconry can do for people and help people today.
The Metal Masters, one of 2 robotics teams at Glendale Prep, just secured a huge victory at the state tournament.
They took first place overall, winning 5 out of 6 qualifying matches and going undefeated in the finals.
The robotics team is made up of about 2 smaller teams that are about 7 or 8 people. We have a full season that starts around August and ends around March. And we have about 3 competitions that are all-day events where a bunch of teams from around the state gather together and compete in these short, about 2 to 3 minute matches where they are teamed up with one other team and they have to essentially complete a bunch of tasks that change year after year. They're building a robot for about 2 to 3 months until November, where they actually have to compete against those teams to score as many points as possible and to do other kinds of smaller tasks where they have to present in front of judges about their design process, what goals they still have to meet and the progress that they've made along the way, what things they failed at, what things they're proud of and stuff like that.
The robotics team is at its core just learning how to use the design process, critical thinking, and always thinking about the future of the robot. You're making these minuscule parts of the robot, but in the end it has to amount to something, and it has to amount to something in about 2 months. You're part of a team, but you have to be able to work on your own still. You can't always rely on someone else to do everything for you. You have to kind of take initiative at some point and have an ambition to improve and always be doing your best. Even if it fails at times, you have to still not look at it as a failure, but look at it as, how can I make this better?
At the state championship, we were actually in one of the harder divisions with all the very difficult teams to beat. We managed to come out in the top 4, which gave us a chance to pick our teammate, which we got the one that we wanted to. And we managed to win our division and then go on to win the entire state championship of Arizona. I've learned coding, I've learned gear ratios, like a lot of mechanical engineering things as well as software engineering things. For me, because I've coded the robot, I also drive it. It's like I made my own video game and I can just play it. It's super fun.
I'm Lex Bodson. I am a junior and I am the mechanical lead for GP's robotics team. What I do primarily on the team is I will develop our designs in 3D softwares and then help the team build that and get our robot working. Going into 7th grade right after COVID was a little bit difficult, so the robotics team definitely helped me. Throughout the years, I've learned a bunch of different skills, such as prototyping things, machining things, and leadership roles. It's really exciting getting to go to the World Championship after being so close the past couple years. And I'm really excited to get to see a lot of the teams that I've looked up to in person, and some of the people that I've been collaborating with online about designs and stuff. I'll finally get to meet them there, and so it's going to be really fun.
So the World's competition, or is it actually called the First Championship, is a competition that happens in Houston, Texas. It's an international competition. We'll have about 300 teams from around the world, a few from every state. We'll have 3 from Arizona that are going, and it's 5 full days of nonstop robots. We're going to be presenting in front of judges. We're going to be competing in several divisions. Teams from Romania, from India, from several countries in Africa, and it'll be an interesting event far beyond anything we've seen so far.
Next up, they're heading to the World Competition in Houston, where they'll compete against 300 teams from around the globe. We wish you luck. While it may already be April, we're still reliving some of our favorite memories from March.
We leave you now with Cicero Prep's concert choir singing the national anthem at Salt River Fields during a spring training game.
We'll see you next month, and
Go Chargers!